So I stumbled across a factory update for the heat bed wires on the MK3. Thought I'd give it a go. Basically, I got my machine in February, and in February they still had the heat bed wires supported by the nylon filament and the spiroplastic wrap. Now, according to the website and the online pictures and instructions, they've removed both of these and they wrap the cables in a cloth wrap, and it makes it super pliable, and you can move it with a feather, so it shouldn't add any resistance to the bed. I think they did it because so many people were having skip steps, whatever you want to call it, layer shifts in the y-axis. I haven't ever had a failed print from the y-axis failure, but I have had a random one a couple of times on the x-axis, and I think maybe people have less problems in the x because the cable is so much longer that the bend is dispersed in a wider area. But since that worked so well and was so easy to do, I decided I'd go ahead and do the same thing to my x-axis wire bundle as well. Since it's supported out straight here and loads to the top, there's virtually no chance of it drooping down and hitting on parts in the bed like the old MK2 used to. But it wasn't a big deal. Even on my MK2, I just put some rubber bands on there and ran them up, and it always kept it out of the way. But as you can see, it stays more than straight. It's so much easier. I've removed the plastic wrap, I've removed the nylon, and just went with a cloth wrap, which you can get in a lot of different places and a lot of different names. It's very inexpensive. But also on the heat bed, when I had everything apart and I was getting ready to wrap it, I looked at their wires. Their heat bed wires are so stiff that I went, if I'm going to upgrade this thing, I might as well, do it right. So I went ahead and ordered, and it came in a few days, the super flexible silicone coated heat bed wires. These are rated for up to 30 amps, and on a 24 volt bed you're not even drawing half that, so it's way overkill, but it's super flexible compared to the coat hanger like wire they had on there from the factory. So that made it really flexible and nice. I think that's about it. Like I say, the only thing that it really makes you wonder about is why do the MK3 machines lose steps, skip steps, whatever you want to call it, layer shifts, and the old MK2s didn't, and the only thing that's different is the drivers. So I'm guessing the price we pay for silent running and detection of the ends without switches and that kind of stuff is every now and then you may have a problem. But then again, who knows, maybe this will fix it. And between this and the firmware updates that they do all the time. So always keep checking the website for the firmware updates. It's the only way I ever hear about it is if someone posts on YouTube or if I happen to stumble across it on their website. This factory build change that they're doing, I hadn't heard anyone talk about. I just happened to stumble across that and then looked on their website on the assembly instructions and saw that they'd changed the pictures and the description. So I think it's well worth doing. It removes all chance of any binding from the cabling and makes everything move a lot easier, so you should consider it.